What is going on, everybody? My name is Coda, and welcome back to Coda's Cologne. And today we're going to be looking at and reviewing Dior Homme Intense. Now, of the three Dior Hommes, this one might be my personal favorite, and it is also today's scent of the day. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so first thing we're going to do is do what we always do, and it's going to be showing off the atomizer. The atomizer on this is very, very good. It has a good, strong burst. It's kind of a center burst. It is pressurized. So now I'm just going to little spray right there. So when you first spray this, you are immediately hit with a floral iris. So there is lavender and there is iris in this, and this is a very, very thick, heavy iris scent. So if you're not someone who doesn't like a really strong, sweet, little hint of floral lipsticky smell, you might not like this one. Me personally, I really like this. This fragrance is a bomb to me. Now, for how heavy of an iris scent this is, it's a very powerful iris scent, but it's not so overpowering it like stings your nose or hurts. It is blended to be a very soft opening. Like for this being an intense fragrance, it's definitely intense, but it's not so overwhelming that it's unpleasurable to wear. All right, so as the spray gets drying down on my wrist here, we're gonna get this bottle spinning up and we're gonna get into the notes. Alrighty, as we get this bottle spinning up, we're going to go ahead and get into the notes. The note breakdown on this, for how beautiful blended this is and for what kind of quality of fragrance you get, the note breakdown on this is actually very small. Has top notes of lavender, has middle notes of iris, ambrette, and pear, and then this dries all the way down to a base note of Virginia cedar and vetiver. And like I said, for the way the note breaks down on this, for the quality of fragrance you get, and for how this scent develops, you almost pick up every single note all the way through. And to me, that's why I love this blend so much, is for such a short note breakdown, they do such a good job of letting you smell every single one all the way through and into the dry down. But since this note breakdown was short, I'm going to keep this section short. That's going to get us wrapped up. Let me flip y'all back around and we'll get into it. Alrighty, and we are back. Now this time I gave this closer to an hour to dry down because this one, from experience, I can tell you does take a while to dry down. This is not one that dries down quick. It goes through a bunch of weird dips and dives as it dries down, because to me this has an earthiness to it in the middle, and I don't really like that earthiness. To me, this is very heavy iris, very sweet with floral with the lavenders. The pear also comes across very sweet in this in the full dry down. When this gets all the way to the dry down, it's got a sweetness, a little earthy, it's got a powderiness to it. And the sweetness, it almost leans to be like a vanilla type of sweet, but it's not quite there. It's not a bubblegummy sweet. It is more of a youthful sweet, but it's not like a bubblegummy sweet. But my biggest complaint with this one, and this is a beautiful fragrance, I genuinely love this fragrance. My only complaint on this one is the earthiness that you get as it's drying down. The vetiver that they use to kind of give it that can almost make it smell a little dirty. And I don't mean dirty as in like BO or dirty as in unclean or anything, but dirty as in like kind of has a hint to smell like dirt. But if that only lasts for a short period of time, it does go away very quickly. And what you're left when this does get all the way dried down, as I said, is a beautiful lipsticky sweet that has a nice cedar note in it. It's a beautiful blend all the way through, other than that weird earthiness that I get on it. And not everybody gets that. I have talked to a couple people about this fragrance. Me and one other person might be the only one that does kind of get that earthiness vibe to it. Now, some people that they smell it, they love that earthiness to it. Just for me, it kind of has a little bit of a dirt smell to it, which, I mean, earthy dirt, I guess it's supposed to. I feel like for how much of a quality fragrance this is, I feel like for the blend of this, for how the sweetness of the pear, the iris, the lavender, for some reason, I feel like that kind of earthiness shouldn't be there. It doesn't make it smell bad. It's kind of like an anomaly of the smell. I don't really know how to explain it much better than that, unfortunately. With that being said, though, this is still a beautiful fragrance, beautiful blended. I would still wear this anytime, any day. Okay, that's a lie. I would still wear this in the winter anytime, any day. But so we're gonna get into the price availability of this. I looked around on a handful of retailers and I can't really find this in retailers anymore. I'm sure they're out there somewhere. I hope I'm wrong. I will gladly be wrong on this. And if you want, post it down in the comments. I'm completely fine with that. But either way it goes, your best bet on this is actually going to be from Discounters, because for the 100 ml bottle on Discounters, you can get this for about 110 to 120 bucks, which for 100 ml of this fragrance, as stout as this is, for the performance you get, for the smell you get, that's a good deal. I highly recommend, if you're someone who loves Dior Homme, this is more reminiscent of the original Dior Homme, because the original Dior Homme had iris in it as well. If you're someone who loved the original Dior Homme, you will find this to be a masterpiece in your collection. But if you're someone who likes the new Dior Homme without the iris, because of how heavy iris this is, you may not like that, because even though it is very soft, even though it does have that floral touch to it, this is still an incredibly heavy iris forward fragrance all the way through. But now we can get into the performance side of it. The performance side on this thing is an absolute monster performer on my skin. With the 5 to 6 sprays and then normally refreshing a few hours later, I get anywhere from 9 to 12 hours out of this. The sillage on this is very good. It's a fragrance that sticks to the skin. It's got a stickiness to it. It doesn't leave like that huge glistening oil trail on you, but it still gives you the feeling that it does, because this thing is a very good performer. You get anywhere in that 2 to 4 foot sillage. Really just kind of depends on how heavy you want to spray it. Lightly spraying, 2 feet, obviously the bigger sillage. The projection on this, it does set a little bit close to skin, but it does not take much at all to actually get this thing fluttering through the air to get it moving forward. It wants to jump off your skin, but if you're sitting still, it's going to stay closer to you. It's not one that's going to want to push off of you. It's one that kind of has to move with you. All right, and as this is drying down even more, develops a beautiful powderiness to it. And to me, it kind of lightens it up on the dry down. It keeps a very heavy profile scent-wise. It does, you still get to keep a lot of that iris and wood and stuff like that. But that powderiness to me lightens this up a little bit, and it kind of makes the scent a little more versatile. Daytime, nighttime, very easy to wear on a date. Now, this is a cold weather fragrance. This to me this is a winter fragrance in my collection. Obviously, you could wear this in fall, early spring if it's still kind of chilly out. It would be kind of hard to wear this with the warmer weather because of how intense the fragrance is as a whole. Even though it's soft by nature, this probably still wouldn't be good for the hot weather because it would fall off very quick. You'd have to spray way too much on, and at that point you're just going to be kind of overpowering the room or whoever you're around, stuff like that. But yeah, as I said, that powderiness that comes through on this turns into even a more versatile, more beautiful blended. I love almost everything about this. If I was to rate this fragrance right now, I would give it a 9 out of 10. The only reason that I would knock that 1 point off of it is that earthiness smell to it. Like I said, these are all personal opinions. These are all subjective to me. I don't like the kind of dirtiness that earthiness puts off. And as much as I do like this, I kind of wish the iris was turned down just a little bit on the dry down. The way that the cedar pulls through on this, the powderiness that develops on the dry down, and some of that sweetness, I kind of feel like the iris is fighting against those three. Now, is this fragrance still absolutely beautiful and you could wear this no problem whatsoever? Yes, absolutely. At this point, I'm kind of nitpicking. But as I've mentioned before, my true definition of a 10 out of 10 is one that I would not change a single thing on. And that's why I'm going to give this one a 9. It's because there's half a point for 2 little ticks. That's all it is. But still, a 9 out of 10, if that means that as long as this is available, I will do my best to have one. But that is going to get us wrapped up for today. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you everyone for subscribing, for staying tuned in, for the comments, the support. I genuinely love it whenever everybody gets more interactive in the videos. I'm going to go ahead and get in on this one more time, show off this beautiful bottle. To me, I love the tube that's in here. It kind of hides the pickup straw a little bit. To me, that gives this such a clean, classy look. I absolutely love that. But that is going to wrap us up. And as always, we'll see you next time.